Welcome, 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 everybody. Tonight, we are so very excited to be back with you for book talk. And who do we have with us tonight?
Dre.
Who are you? You're my guest on the show.
Hi, and Historian Kid. This is on my shirt. Historian Kid.
Huh? They can't hear you.
It says Historian Kid.
Oh, okay. It says Historian Kid down there.
Yeah, and it says on my shirt.
Okay, you have somebody saying hi to you. Who is that?
That's Eleanor Cloak.
And that's your what?
That's my...
Your Gigi?
Yeah, my Gigi.
Oh, Trey, do you see your Gigi? Say hi. She can hear you. Say hi to her.
Hi.
All right. All right. Well, tonight we have a special show. Our regular episodes are going to be on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. starting next week. But today we came to you twice. Yesterday, we came to share the lovely, wonderful Megan Bradley with you and her beautiful daughter. And tonight we have a special treat. We're going to be reading the book Purple Heart Highway. And I have two of the characters here with me seated. Trey is in the book, as well as Carter is in the book.
Yeah, me.
All right. Well, y'all getting some love. Look at the love you're getting.
Oh, hi, Carter.
Gigi said hi, Carter, Trey, and Bridget. For those that are watching and listening, that's my mother. Hi, Mom. Thank you for supporting.
Isn't that a person?
We don't know. Okay, so he's able to look at the thing, so he's more interested in that. You're supposed to be reading tonight. So let's talk about why we're here.
Train.
Let's talk about why we're here. Why are we here tonight? We're celebrating who? We've been talking about it all day long. You even learned about it in school today.
Veterans Day.
Veterans. So Trey, do you want to say hi to all of the veterans and tell them thank you, that we salute them? Okay, Trey. All right, so we honor the veterans out there. So we have that below. If you have served in any of the armed forces, or if you're currently in the armed forces, we so appreciate you. And from our heart, we just want to say we have so much gratitude, because it's you that make the decisions that help keep us able to have wonderful freedoms and liberties. And so we thank you tonight. If you are listening in for the first time, welcome. If you're watching in the replay, because this is being broadcasted right now on the Ubuntu Press website, as well as, okay, Carter, I can see Carter's looking at the threads that you all are seeing. So he's so interested in that over there. But wait a minute, we got to tell him why we came on here tonight, okay? So let's do that first, all right?
Okay.
So if you're listening for the first time, as I said, or again, if you're watching the replay, we are actually broadcasting on my channel, the Ubuntu Press. I am the CEO and founder of that, and I'll talk about that afterwards. And then we're broadcasting on the Historian Kid Facebook channel, because Historian Kid has his own Facebook channel. And I'm broadcasting live on my Bridget Brown Jackson. And we just really, again, want to say thank you to all of the veterans. So we have a couple people watching. I see people out there. I can see you watching. But again, if you're not on one of those three channels, we cannot see your comments. So come over to Ubuntu Press, go to Historian Kid, so that we can see. Now Carter just did that. Now he's over here messing with the stuff. He's not the engineer, but he's being the engineer right now. So can you please read what your Gigi said?
I had 7 brothers in the military.
So she had 7 brothers in the military. Do you remember how many siblings Gigi had? It was 18 of them.
18?
Yes, it was a lot of them, And then we have a friend of mine.
A veteran.
Well, she says veteran. So Elise is a friend of mine. Her mom was one of my colleagues. All right, so guys, we started the Ubuntu Press to be a blessing to people out there, to make sure that you get good, rich literature that's culturally affirming. And so we started this channel and we to do our book festival, and then we had such a great demand that people wanted to see it that we're doing it over and over and over again. So Carter is getting ready to read, but before he reads, I want you again to see just the cover and his YouTube channel name.
It's the book.
All right, so you see what his picture looks like. Historian Kid. You can go on YouTube right now, like and subscribe to his channel. So we're going to get into the book.
This is Bubba Howell Highway.
Okay, if Carter can stop messing with stuff.
I'm not messing with
So we got another person that has joined us. Michelle, always supporting. So Carter, she always supports you. You've seen some of her stuff before. You want to say hi to her?
Hi.
Yeah, she's always supporting. And so we again are so very grateful to be able to say something to our veterans. So we're going to go ahead and start reading. Are you ready, Carter? Okay, so you got to hold the book up a little bit. You probably need to come up a little bit. Let's do this. Let's give you a little bit of height so people can see you. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. There, you're a little bit higher now. All right. So we're ready?
Yep.
Purple Heart Highway. All right, Trey, you want to come?
Bridget Brown Jackson. That's my Mimi, of course.
So he said it's by his Mimi. I am his Mimi. So let's do the dedication. Let's read the dedication. And as my mother said, we have so many people in my family that are veterans. But when I wrote this book, I wrote the book because my grandfather had passed. And I was kind of grieving and everything. And my best way to deal with that grief was I sat in the back seat of the car while we went from one memorial service to another. He had 2 services. And he was a Purple Heart recipient. And so I wrote the book literally driving in the car, and then a year later was able to publish it. So it's in honor of my grandfather and Carter's great-grandfather, Joe Barlow.
To my grandfather, Joe E.
Barlow Sr. And to my numerous relatives that have proudly served in the armed forces. Thank you for their contributions to our great nation. And then I also dedicated it to all of my grandchildren that they can continue legacies and stories. And to my nephew, Caleb. Caleb Duckworth was a part of the inspiration for a lot of the artwork that was in the book. And then I also have it in loving memory of Vicki Patterson, one of the greatest educators that have ever influenced children. That was my best friend, my business partner, my big sister, my mentor. Well, she passed away a couple of years ago, but she is still here and dear, and she's one of the characters in the book. All right?
Yep.
So you want to show them real quick the Purple Heart?
Yes,
So there's the dedication page and the Purple Heart.
Right there.
You got it right there. All right. So ready? Okay.
The bell rang and the army of pint soldiers, eagerly marched into the classroom. The students were
seated when Mrs. Patterson told them about their homework project. With great pride, she shared the history about Veterans Day.
Carter couldn't wait. He loved homework. His mom nicknamed him the homework kid because he always did his homework without anyone asking him. He even had a teeth sore to prove it. His aunt bought it last year as a gift bag, as a gag
gift. As a gag gift. What's a gag gift?
I don't know.
You remember we talked about that? It's a gift that you give somebody, but it's not a real gift. It's like for a joke. Mom called him her best son That was their little joke because he was her only son. No joking about it. He was the apple of her eye. And there's the pictures. And the great thing about this is the homework kid has a t-shirt on similar to what the real, stand up so they can see your shirt, historian kid's shirt. So in here he gets to be Carter and he's the homework kid. The next day the children arrive, like marching.
Like marching ants at a picnic.
And rapidly paraded into the classroom. You gotta read loud so they can hear you.
Carter speedily asked Mrs. Patterson for the homework. She responded, "Wait, Carter, hold your horses. The Veterans Day project will be discussed very soon."
So remember we talked about hold your horses?
Yeah.
That's called an idiom. So in the book, there's lots of idioms. So did that mean she really wanted you to hold a horse?
No. That's like hold on.
Hold on. Yes, it means to hold on. When Mrs. Patterson finally gave him the word, Carter ran home and asked his pop. Pop was his great-grandfather. He lived with them. He didn't go to work like Carter's dad and mom. He was retired. Whatever that meant, Carter just knew he loved Pop. They had loads of fun. When they went fishing, Pop told him lots of old stories. And so for those that might not know, I actually did the illustrations. Again, a couple of the illustrations was inspired by Caleb, but I did the illustrations, and this probably is my favorite one. And Carter never knew Pop. He never got a chance to meet Pop, but his actual Pop, or he calls him Paw, is his best friend, his first best friend. And so we did this picture off of that inspiration. My husband loved to fish with his dad, and that's something he's looking forward to doing with Carter. So we put that in the book, remember?
Yep. And also I'll position that one over there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's read this. Come on.
That evening, Pop promised to help Carter. Wow. They sat at the dining room table and pulled out the homework paper. It read,
"In honor of Veterans Day, please write 5 paragraphs about a veteran or Veterans Day."
Miss Patterson called it an essay. An essay. Carter loved to write, so he was very interested in completing the project.
Because Carter liked to do work, didn't he? He liked to do homework. Well, what is Miss Ozark going to say? Miss Ozark's his real teacher. Because you had Veterans Day homework today. Carter listened to his great-grandfather. He knew Pop was a soldier because he remembered his dad telling him. Carter asked him a zillion questions. They had so much fun talking about Army stories. It seemed like they stayed up all night, but really it was only 1 hour. You see, Carter's mom would never let him stay up late on a school night, not even for Pop. Okay, you want to laugh on that part and tell them about why we wrote that in the book? Is that true? Would your mom let you stay up late? Yes or no? And there's the pictures.
No.
Okay, let's see. We got a couple comments. All right. We have some people sharing with you.
Oh.
It's your cousin. She says, that's great. You want to say hi to cousin Rosetta?
Hi.
And then one of my friends is saying hello. Her name is Mrs. Truesdale.
Oh. Hello.
She said it's a great illustration. Love
Love
it.
it. With hearts. Good job, Carter.
Yep, Miss Truesdale's telling you good job.
Thanks to all the veterans that served.
Yep. So Cousin Rosetta is saying thank you to all of the veterans that served. Yes, we do. We are so very grateful for all of the. So we're not going to read all of the book. I am going to go to a couple pages. So we're going to let's read these pages though. Let's read these pages. Okay.
Yeah, until it's like right before.
Right before? Okay.
Right before something. No,
okay.
No, I'm not going to.
You're not going to tell them the story?
No, because
all of it?
I'm not going to tell them what we're going to stop at, because then it would like ruin the end of like the part what we're going to read.
Okay. So you don't want them to end the part. Okay.
It's going to ruin it.
All right. So I'm going to read this one and then you can read the other one.
Okay.
The next morning, Carter told Mrs. Patterson that he had started his project. She replied back. She was very proud of him and he was the class leader. Carter's face beamed with pride. In front of everyone, he stuck out his chest. Let me see. He stuck out his chest. He was proud as a peacock. Uh-oh. Were you a peacock? What's that?
I wasn't a peacock.
But you were
I was like as proud as a peacock.
And remember that word? Wow. That means idiom. So it's an idiom, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not like the real thing, but it's giving you really descriptive language of what it looks like. He was so proud. He was kind of acting like how beautiful a peacock does.
Okay. Carter couldn't wait to get off the bus. He ran until he was out of breath. Pop met him at the door. He told Carter to jump in the car and he would explain more. They drove through the neighborhood and got on the highway. Where are we going? Carter asked. Pop told him to wait and see.
Should we show that page? Oh, let's show the page. They're driving through the neighborhood. They left the house and they're getting ready to go on the highway. You gonna read that page?
It was your turn to read.
Okay. Pop pulled the car over and pointed to the huge sign. The sign said Purple Heart Memorial Highway. Carter asked him, what was a Purple Heart? Pop told him another story. He started by pulling out a shiny object from a wooden box. He let Carter hold it. He told Carter this was a Purple Heart.
And this was a Purple Heart. I wanted to show it.
Okay, you want to show it to him?
Yes.
Go ahead. You're doing a good job showing it to him. All right.
And there was a part with that's the box. The box.
So you want to tell them about the box? What does the box say?
It says
Sergeant Joe E.
Barlow.
Yes.
Oh, that's who. My Pop is. That's who Pop is.
Pop explained that this Purple Heart was the medal he received for being a soldier. It was given to him because he was wounded while doing his job in the army. Pop was in the Korean War. Carter was so excited. As he held the shiny object, Carter began asking more questions. Pop answered all the questions. He told him to close his eyes. Everybody close your eyes. And think of being a brave student. Pop said, okay.
Pop said, imagine you have a friend who is in danger on the playground. There is no adults outside, so you have to help. You save your friend and all the school celebrates you. That is a kind of like how I got my Purple Heart. Pop was trying to help someone in his group when they were in the war, and he was wounded. His act of bravery helped him save all of the men in his group. Pop and Carter rode back home, each of them smiling.
Why do you think they were smiling at each other?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, we talked about that. Pop was proud of Carter, and Carter was proud of Pop. All right, so we're gonna look at some of the other pictures. So Pop and Carter go home, and then Carter's laying on his bed and he's thinking, and then he comes and asks Pop the question. He says, "I know what a."
And that
You
is,
ask him what? You know what a. You want to tell them about this page? Okay, so he wants to tell you guys about this page.
This
That's
is actually what my room
what
sounds
his
like.
bedroom.
It's just
looks
that
like.
that football is a different color. That football is like the lines in it was supposed to be different colors, and my names to be in like
Different
orange,
colors.
red, and stuff.
So Carter comes and peeks in at Pop and asks Pop a question. He says, "What's a veteran?" And so Pop tells him a veteran is anybody that was in the what?
The
Army, Navy, read it. Navy, Marines, Air Force, or Coast Guard. He said those are
the
groups that
protect our community.
These men and women help keep America
and other countries safe. Veterans are respected for serving our country.
Yes. And so we're not going to tell you the rest of the book.
No, yes, we are.
But we are? I thought we was going to make them stop and make them wait. But look at that picture.
No, I'm reading it.
What do you think Carter is doing on that picture? Oh my God. So here, I'm going to read this. You want to read it? We're going to read it suspiciously though, okay? Carter told Pop, take your time. Carter told Pop.
He loved learning about the veterans. It was very
interesting. The next morning, while Pop was asleep, Carter opened the wooden box and
Pops.
What do you think Carter did? I'm going to let you think about that and you can guess. And then here's the picture of Carter at school. Oh, you can almost see what happened. And so I guess we can say this. Okay, so come here, Trey. Come here, Trey. So we have Trey here with us tonight, too. Come here, Trey. So I want Trey to see. So we have some characters in the book. So we got Trey and we got Justin, a.k.a. Rocket. And even the shirt says Rocket on it. And today's Rocket's birthday. And we have Avion and Leon. They are characters in the book. So I'll just show you the rest of the pages. We're not going to read the whole book. But they're digging for something. So that's a clue.
That's a clue. You could like study a bit of words too if you like study like.
There's Carter. What are you doing on that page, Carter? That's the look. That's it. Look, you guys tell me if he's doing a good impression of himself. Go ahead, do it again so they can see. They can see that picture and then see you. Something happened with Carter. But then him and Pop were having a conversation. And then the end of the story, Carter has to do his classroom presentation. Remember at the beginning, Mrs. Patterson gave them work, and that's what they did. And then here's the final. Carter is looking at Pop.
And he's thinking.
In his speech bubble, he's thinking.
He's thinking that he could be in the army.
He's thinking that he could be in. He could follow in Pop's
footsteps. Let me just read this. Okay. In that moment, Carter felt like a soldier. Maybe he would be a soldier one day, and so bravely and what, Mimi? And what?
Integrity. Remember we talked about that word. Integrity. Okay.
Like his Pop.
So for those people that were paying attention, what do you think happened?
That last thing was like kind of like give you
Okay,
a
so wait a minute.
clue
You got some
about it.
people talking to you.
I got
Cousin
it
Rosetta
so
said-
well. Wow.
Yeah, she
Thank
said Jerisa
you.
will. And look, Mrs. Flynn said, great
Good
job, Carter. It's
And
very descriptive. Yeah,
very
we had to read the
descriptive.
rest of the book to see. Well, Mrs. Flynn has the book, so she knows how it ended.
And so
Let's see what.
Uncle
Yeah.
brother was also in the Cold
Korean War and Vietnam.
in Vietnam.
He received a Purple
He
Heart
burned-
for the wounds he got during wartime.
Oh,
All right.
So he also got a book.
Yes. And then we have Cousin Darrell
I am
and
back.
back. So I guess he must have been on it and he left or whatever, but he's back. So Cousin Darrell, he's a veteran. Remember, we sent the picture to him earlier. That's who's talking to you.
Oh, that we sent
So
the
say hi
picture
to him.
of like the thingy.
Yes, yes. And
Sent
so,
a video.
okay, so let me tell my part. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to do, because again, if we have people that are watching that are new to the channel, I am a 28-year veteran educator. So I started off teaching and then I went into administration and I ended my career with 16 years in administration. Well, one of the things that I found as a dilemma is I could not find a lot of Afrocentric books. So I decided to start creating them. Now we do have a lot more people that are out there creating the books, but they're not as many. So we have still less than 10% of the published books out there in traditional publishing world that have main characters that are African American. And so we want to change that. So that was one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Now, again, this book is to all veterans, and we appreciate all veterans for everything they've done. But we wanted to, again, accentuate the great work of African Americans who have been in the wars and who have been veterans, but have been left out of traditional history in the history books. So in the back of the book, I have some facts. Oops. You can see some of them, the two of the pages. And I'm going to read a couple of them to you with Carter, okay? So read it. It's a fact. Our veterans should be celebrated 365 days in a year. Okay, so maybe that's my opinion. I said maybe that's my opinion, but I think our veterans should be celebrated every day. So this book is not just a book for today. This is a book that we pick up, and Carter and I have read it several times in several different readings because we want people to understand the importance of what veterans do for our freedom. Okay? All right, so it says Veterans Day is observed. Come on, your turn.
Veterans Day is observed on November 11th
of every year. Okay,
every
read
year.
the next one.
Veterans Day is a national federal holiday.
In 1938, Armistice
Day became a day of
to honor World War I veterans. In 1954, it was changed to Veterans Day to celebrate all veterans. It was made a national holiday to be celebrated on a Monday by Congress in 1968.
Wait. Veterans in 1954. That's almost when that's close to when I was born. That was really like
close when you were born?
Yeah, that was less than 20 years.
Do y'all see my face? He thinks he was born close to 1954.
I was born
and you was born in 2013, a long way away.
That's not long.
It was.
That's
okay. It wasn't a long, but it was. You gonna do the math? Well, do the math while I do the facts. Okay, so here's some facts about the Purple Heart. In the name of the President of the United States, the Purple Heart is bestowed upon any member of the armed forces who has been wounded or killed while serving in any capacity from April 5th, 1917 forward. Okay, the Purple Heart is different from all other medal awards. The individual It is not recommended. Sorry. But rather it's entitled, I needed to put my glasses on. Entitled to upon meeting particular conditions. So it's just talking about who could get the Purple Heart. The Military Order of the Purple Heart began in 1932. All right. And in order to give the symbolic honor to men and women who have been given the awarded the Purple Heart Medal, a system of roads, highways, bridges, and other monuments have been established across our nation. Some African American military firsts. Did you know? So ask them, did they know this? Come on, Carter. Benjamin
O. Davis
Senior. You got it, because it's two of them. Senior was the
first African American
brigadier
general in the army.
So the first African American brigadier general was Benjamin O. Davis, the dad, senior. So then what did the junior do? What did his son do? He was what? A commander of the Tuskegee Airmen. And he became the what? The first black general in the United States Air Force. So the daddy was in the army. He was a high-ranking person. And then the son became. So he followed in the footsteps of his dad.
And guess what?
Yes, what?
I noticed that it was 19 years after 1954.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 19 years ago. Then it was 1954.
Okay, so let me get back to the facts.
Until 19.
Okay, can we get back to the facts?
Yeah.
Can we get back to the facts? So some first. So here's another first. Doris Miller, a mess attendant in the Navy, became the first African-American recipient of the Navy Cross. Without any training, he fired an anti-aircraft gun at a Japanese aircraft during the attack on Pearl Harbor. So he didn't even have any experience. But when they put the gun in his hand, the anti-aircraft gun, he was able to fire it, and it hit a Japanese aircraft during what was going on during the attack in Pearl Harbor. So did you know that? Probably not, because that's not in most history books. And then here's another one. On September 8th, 1949, Annie Neal Graham was the first African-American female to enlist in the United States Marines. So we had a female Marine that was black in 1949. Wow. Did you know that? So those are some African-American military firsts. And then the other page goes into talking about the Buffalo Soldiers. Do you know who the Buffalo Soldiers are? Well, it's in the book. Nope. World War II, it tells about some things about World War II. Did you know that there were 11 million soldiers who served in foreign countries during World War II? And 500,000 of those were black? 500,000. During World War II. And then we have to think about what was going on during that time. A lot of Jim Crow. So although they served, 500,000 African-American veterans served, but when they came back to their own country, they couldn't even eat and dine with other people, whites, because of Jim Crow laws. How horrid was that? And then we got the 99th Fighter Squadron, the 332nd Fighter Group, and the 477th Bombardment Group were all black units. And so some of the movies that we watch don't show that many of these units that did some of these fantastic things when it came to us having our freedom during the war, they were black. So pick up a history book and look. So here's the last thing I'm going to say in the book. This book is dedicated to all veterans. We value every contribution from all whom have served our military. However, depictions of African-American veterans have been left out of most published children's books. Therefore, this book was published to help close the disparity gap and to share valuable information about a group of servants that acted proudly and graciously even when injustices and segregations existed. So again, if you want to find out more information, you can purchase the book. It is on our Ubuntu Press page. It is available at www.ubuntupress.org. And here's the great thing about this. When you purchase this book, the proceeds go to putting books in the homes of children in Flint, Michigan. We're building home libraries. So the proceeds aren't even going into our pockets. We're giving that back and blessing, again, children, and making sure that we increase literacy. So we want you to make sure if you make a purchase, for you to know where your purchase is going. So we appreciate you guys tonight. We know we were on a little bit longer. We have Mom saying Dr. and Mrs. Sanford of Peoria were lieutenants who observed in World War II. Yes, see, we have all of this information. Who knows it? Did you know that? Kiana, Miss Kiana from the book festival. She says,
"Hi, Carter and Miss Bridget Brown Jackson. Great job reading. Carter, keep up the great work."
Yes, she said keep up the work. So he says thank you to you, Miss Kiana. So we are so happy that you came with us tonight. Again, I would love for you to purchase the book, because the proceeds are going back into families, back into homes of children here in the city of Flint, Michigan, where I hail from. And we are, again, building libraries so children can have literacy. I don't know if you see, some of the books that we have are up there on that bookshelf. And we have a project we helped with this summer, Flint Kids Read. And so we have a summer, the reading. You know, he's a reader. So we have him up there with the books. So we remember over and over again to read. Okay, so what do you want to say, historian kid?
I want to say it probably took us like 7 or 28 minutes to finish, like, not even the whole entire book.
Oh, okay. So just looking at the clock. I wasn't saying that. What do you want to say to them about Historian Kid? You want them to go on your YouTube channel and subscribe? Mm-hmm. Would you like them to follow you on Facebook and talk to you and you talk back to them? Because what happened last week? You turned what? You had a what?
I turned in.
What happened last week?
I know.
You don't know what happened last week? On November 6th?
Oh, it's my birthday.
Yeah. So tell them you just had a birthday. So you just turned how old?
7.
Huh?
7.
So he just turned 7. And so go and give him a birthday gift. Like and subscribe. Share it with your children, with your grandchildren, with children that you know around. And again, we want to say we honor our veterans. We thank them so much because we need them. We appreciate them. And for those that have gone on, we love and they are so beloved. So this episode was in honor of my grandfather, Sergeant Joe E. Barlow Sr. We called him Pop. And again, it was my way of dealing with my grieving, and it has really been a blessing. So thank you to all those that have been supporting. Again, please go and like and subscribe Carter's YouTube channel. You can connect with us as well on YouTube and Instagram under Ubuntu Press. And we again appreciate everybody. We have one more comment. We have one more comment.
Awesome job, Carter.
Yes. So Cousin Casanova says, awesome job, Carter.
And so also, you should definitely subscribe to Carter.
You should just subscribe to
subscribe, but you should definitely subscribe and hit that like button.
He said definitely subscribe and hit that like button. All right. Who taught you that? Did you learn that from Miss Patty the other day?
Miss Patty?
Yeah. His grandmother. Remember when you were over her house? Did she teach you that? He said definitely you should like and subscribe. So we thank you again for being with us tonight. Have a blessed evening. And again, we could not do this without you. Oh, did you add some more? served in World War II as medics on the battlefield. They are both 97 years. Oh, wow. See, Mom, I didn't know they're still living. Oh, so please come on. You all give a virtual round of applause for Dr. and Mrs. Stanford that live in Peoria, Illinois, that they served and they're still around to be able to share and tell it. So we appreciate that so very much. So we're going to go out and share with you again. Just go to his YouTube channel and you can see his picture. Have a good evening.